Now this is a Winter City theme, with a hint of sadness and mystery to it. Rheimdall. What a theme.
Well, nothing much seems amiss around here. Looks like a nice, safe, normal little town to me.
You have no shadows.
Well, looks can be deceiving. This is where the death smell's coming from for sure. Ugh, that stinks of it. Oh, while I've got your attention, I'm supposed to...
I thought I told you to stay in there and be quiet.
No, wait,
Is he trying to tell us something about Adele, maybe?
Have you heard? They found another fairy.
Another one? It beggars belief.
Yeah, they're just about to call upon the Lord's judgment now.
Really? Blimey. Better get down to the square quick then, eh?
First dragons, now fairies. I take back what I said about this place being normal.
But didn't the fairies all disappear many years ago?
Yeah. I mean, at least I heard they did.
They mentioned the Lord's judgment. Does that mean they're going to ask some kind of god to help them?
That would be my guess, yeah. But this being Rheimdall, they'd be asking a dragon. They have those instead of gods here. I've never heard of anything like this happening here before, though.
Guess we better go take a look at this judgment for ourselves.
They worship dragons as gods? What is this, Fire Emblem? Adele stuffs William into her... Thanks for letting me know. Just in case you didn't realize during that last cutscene. Just thought you should know, player. Just as a heads up, we're gonna have to go to the inn here in a hot second. There was something I was gonna say and then I completely forgot. No idea what I was gonna say. Where is the inn at? So it's here. So Rheimdall's just Fire Emblem best area. Yeah, so they worship dragons as... Is it up here then? Yeah, it's basically Fire Emblem then. So it's got to be this. Yeah, the snow area is definitely very neat so far, and I quite like the theme. It's like, you know, it's got the snowy feel, and it feels like a grand city around you, but it also has like a hint of sadness and mystery to it with this theme. That's kind of what it feels like. Dang it, what did I want to say that I've completely forgotten? What the heck? Hate that place. I don't know if there's any snow places that I especially don't like. So is there like a... What is the exclamation point? Like the main quest thing is up at the top right. What is the exclamation point? Oh, I guess something that we have to do first since we can't get past Mr. Dudo. So we're going to see a cutscene here? Yes. This black screen is lasting a very long time.
You stand accused of the most heinous of crimes, that of being a nefarious fairy in disguise.
Oh, I remembered what I wanted to say now, but...
Bishop Helio, I never...
Hush, child. I pray as fervently as you do that these abominable accusations are proved false. But though a single drop of wine tainteth a pail of clearest water, still doth the blemish remain. Such is the nature of suspicion. And so we turn to the purifying judgment of the holy, that your innocence might be demonstrated beyond all doubt.
Call upon the Lord of Dragons, who watcheth o'er us all. Ask of him that your guiltlessness be confirmed.
All right. I hereby call upon your judgment. Lord of Dragons, watch over me.
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
What's going on here? This doesn't feel right.
She jumped!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Why are you all just standing there? She jumped, damn it!
Straight into the arms of the Lord, that she might be judged and found free of sin.
But she'll...
If her faith is strong, she will be returned to us soon enough. Archbishop Dominic!
But how can you be sure?
How dare you ask such a thing? And of the Archbishop, too! Come, children. We cannot expect these wanderers to know of our ways. Reimdall welcomes you with open arms, friends. Join me at the Hall of High Holies. There I will teach you a little of his draconic majesty.
My sister was no fairy. How could they?
If this is what they're up to, it's no wonder the priest stinks so bad.
This wasn't the first time, was it?
Not even close, I'm afraid.
Sounds like we need to go and ask a certain someone a few questions. To the Hall of High Holies.
You sure we want to just go barging in there?
It's not barging in if he invited us, is it?
Guess it's as good a place as any to ask about the fire crystal.
Yes. Come on.
Well, what I was going to say earlier, that I just remembered when they mentioned fairies there, was when it comes to fairies in Bravely games, if the Bravely Default and Bravely Second games have taught me anything, it's freaking never trust fairies. Like, Bravely Default, the fairy of that game that appears to be a trustworthy ally winds up summoning this freaking dark god Ouroboros, who opens the portal that led to freaking Esam and Carvia side by side, if anybody remembers the freaking finale of Bravely Default. And if there's one thing, if there's one portal we don't want to be opened, it's the portal that leads to freaking the Esam Carvia dimension. What the heck is going on here? That woman jumped, and nobody did anything to stop her. No, if anything, you all seem to think that was what those priests were doing was praiseworthy. Heimdall's always been a super religious place, but this is different. Something's changed here since the last time I visited. Yeah, none of this is part of the teachings. None of this is what Dad wants. And did you see it in those people's eyes? The fear. Yeah, but who wouldn't be scared? If I thought I might be next in line, I'd be frightened too. And I certainly wouldn't be taking the risk of complaining about what was going on. They don't have any choice but to go along with all the fairy hunting craziness. And the more they go along with it, the worse it will get. This can't continue. The stink of death will only be getting worse if this is what they're up to. And they're doing it to themselves. Sometimes I really don't understand humans. This place used to be so peaceful. But hello, Poltering Tea guys. Hope you're doing well today. And Fae are tricksters in mythology. Yeah, I guess that would make sense then. But yeah, welcome to another JRPG where where it exposes you to dark sides of religion. Wonder how many JRPGs don't do that. We are healed up, right? We did go to the inn. Okay, schnice. There is I don't remember where I found it, but there was this one meme that I saw once where it showed two books side by side, and it showed this really thick book and it said JRPG, and then it showed this really thin book beside it and it said JRPG if the church wasn't evil. And yeah, sounds about right for a lot of JRPG. Oh, we could go to the ship, the boat. It's been a little while here. What you miss, you're guessing much since last you saw was the Pictomancer girl? Well, there was one stream before. I never sent the boat out! There was one stream since the Pictomancer one, but during that we actually didn't make any progress in the story. We went back and got a job that we were missing from earlier, the Gambler asterisk over here. So now we have that. I don't know if I'll ever use it. That's every JRPG. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of them. Like, I'd have to think for a little while about where that's maybe not the case. Like, the most recent case of another JRPG that I played on this channel was Fire Emblem Three Houses. But that's definitely the case there. Well, I wouldn't say the church is like evil in Fire Emblem Three Houses, but it's like pretty screwed up. Like, you could argue for it being evil in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Welcome, friends, to this, the house of our Lord.
Yeah, thanks. Now, do you want to tell us about that execution back there?
This is how it appeared to you, who come to us from afar? No, friend. What you witnessed was the purest expression of belief.
Belief? You guys worship the Lord of Dragons, right?
Ah, so you know a little of our customs. That we are able to dwell here, in the heart of the snows, amid the endless winter. All is thanks to his draconic majesty.
Oh, and that woman jumping? That was thanks to him too?
No, that was an act of our sister's choosing. She wished to prove herself innocent of being that which offends our Lord more than all else. A member of the accursed race of fairies.
But how would throwing oneself to one's doom prove anything?
As those who know of fairy kind will tell you, these devious creatures are wont to hide their wings. A fairy falling from a great height would have no choice but to utilize them in order to save itself, and in so doing, reveal its true nature.
And if the one jumping turns out not to be a fairy, no one could survive a fall like that.
Those whose faith is pure need not fear. Our Lord and Master shall see to it that they are saved.
But that's insane.
I warn you, young man. I will suffer you to speak ill of the Great One but once.
Look, maybe we should all calm down a little.
You really think that's what your lord wants?
Ugh, don't you start.
You think rooting out supposed fairies is what he wants you wasting your time on?
You doubt the truth of his word, child. For that is what it is. The word of the Master. I, and I alone, hear him. It is to his most trusted servant that he deigns to speak. And true faith is rewarded with miracles. Have my long years of prayer not seen the bitter cold of this land lifted at long last?
Come now. I think we all know that it was another power that thawed the frosts.
And what do you mean by that?
Precisely what I say.
That will be enough for today, I think. You are encouraged to visit me here again whenever you so choose, of course. All are welcome in the house of the Lord.
What was all that about, Adele? Talk about out of character.
Sorry.
But it helped us to learn something useful at least.
It did?
He said that Rheimdall's warming was the result of his prayers. But he didn't say it was the Lord of Dragons who actually made it happen. Doesn't that seem a little strange? Given that, and the fact that he refused to give a straight answer to my other question, I'd say we may have found the fire crystal.
Are you the travelers who dare call the Archbishop's word into question? Well, he might have let you get away with it, but Gladys of the Dragon Guard certainly isn't about to. You're fairies, aren't you?
Huh? Why would you think that?
Well, the fact that you doubt the value of the Lord's judgment, for starters. I've got a good mind to make you take a little leap of faith yourselves.
Enough, Gladys. Allow me to introduce myself. Helio, Chief Inquisitor to the Archbishop, at your service. Please, you must forgive dear Gladys. She can be a little overzealous in the execution of our duties.
But, there is nothing to apologize for. But if you don't mind me asking, What are these duties?
We are charged with seeking out the detestable agents of fairy kind wheresoever they might lurk, and submitting them to holy judgment. In pursuit of which purpose, we make it our business to establish dialogue with the people of the town and with visitors such as yourselves. We shall pray for your safety on your onward journey. Lord of Dragons, watch over us all.
I've got my eye on you lot. Put 1 foot out of line, and I'll come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Crikey. Between those two and the Archbishop, this place has got its fair share of unsavoury characters, eh?
Right, that's it. You're listening to me this time.
Huh? What is it?
Dad asked me to come and find you. That's the reason I left home in the first place. Before I smelt the smell.
Gwydion sent you? How come?
Who's Gwydion?
He's Gwilym's father. You know the Lord of Dragons everyone keeps talking about? That's him.
What? He's real? And you're pals with him?
I wouldn't say pals exactly, but I know him, yeah. So, what else did he say?
He wants you to come to the Serpent's Grotto.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
Because you were too busy shoving me in your bag!
Oh.
And it's quite comfy in there, so I might have been resting a bit in between trying to tell you.
Well, I guess I'd better go pay him a visit. You guys are coming too, right?
It's north of town. Can't miss it. Come on.
So yeah, it definitely seems like we have a pretty screwed up faith here, which, you know, cases like this aren't exactly unheard of within our own world. Like, I'm sure that a lot of the inspiration for this area came from events like the Salem witch trials. I'm sure about that. Oh, I can't go through this way. But it's also interesting, like, how many, like, different facets of... I also have to be careful what I say for fear of, like, offending somebody. But how many facets of, like, characters and archetypes like this within not just games, but stories in general, can be attributed to our own world. Like, something very fascinating about my use of history in video games class was how we learned about how video games will make arguments and such. You have cards! No, we're gonna hold off right now. Where, like, some games will make arguments in, like, direct ways, sometimes they'll be more indirect, sometimes it'll be, like, stuff that you infer from its story, and you see how it, you know, relates to your own world. So because this class was specifically on the use of history in video games, we talked about how when the developers choose to include this part of history, but not this part of history of the time period, they're making arguments about being like, this is important, this stuff that we're not including isn't as important, stuff like that. Or the way in which they'll portray certain things can be a form of making arguments about some things. So sometimes games will be made in such a way specifically to make arguments about certain things. Sometimes it's more, you know, maybe not intended per se to be interpreted as arguments, but one can interpret it as arguments. This is a case where I would say that it's definitely put together in such a way to, you know, be a plot that makes arguments about our own world, with you being able to see, you know, big head honcho religious guy being like, oh, I'm the only one that can hear our Lord. So he's speaking only to me, so you better listen to what I say, because I'm the only one who knows what he says, so y'all better listen to me. And you can attribute that to a lot of faith, you know? And it's like, is it really the best idea to be following Mr. Dudo, who claims to be the only one who can hear Mr. Dudo, Mr. or Mrs. Dudo, who watches over y'all, if that all makes... I know that I gotta be careful what I say when it comes to matters like this, because, you know, there's so much risk to, like, offend somebody, but, you know, wow, the music's just suddenly cut. Nice.
Your Grace, I would speak with you of the travelers.
I have divined already that which you wish to tell me, Harry. They mean to steal the crystal, correct?
Incredible. The depth of your insight knows no bounds, Archbishop.
Mighty Gwydion shall soon lose even the power to move. This being so, he sends word instead through the ether that I might serve as his chosen oracle. And as if that were not gift enough, he blesses us with such inestimable treasures as the Crystal of Fire. Yea, this great work in particular is undoubtedly his doing, and none can be suffered to take from us that which he has granted.
Very good, Your Grace. I shall begin gathering evidence at once. We shall soon prove that the interlopers are agents of fairy kind.
Gladys,
Yes, Lord Inquisitor.
The travelers are suspected of the most heinous of wickedness. Look into the matter.
Of course. Such foul creatures must be rooted out, that Rheindal might be made pure, and my parents might rest in peace.
I would continue my investigations into Rydian's daughter, Your Grace. Do I have your blessing?
Do as you see fit. Lord of Dragons, watch over you.
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all.
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all.
I shall not relinquish the crystal. Not again.
Well, they definitely have the crystal. Do they have the dragon, though, since we were coming out here to go see him? There's a side quest here. The ultimate stew. Collect a snow cabbage. I'm getting freaking Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition flashbacks. Like, it's a slightly different name, snow cabbage, compared to ice cabbage as it is in Xenoblade Chronicles. But freaking in Xenoblade Chronicles, ice cabbages were like the rarest things, at least one of the rarest things in the game. I don't know if they were the rarest, but they would have a standard spawn rate of like 2% at the normal places that you can find them, and the places where they had the best odds had a spawn chance of 6%. That's 6, not 60. I don't know if I misspoke, but like, so, you know, at least that was much easier to get this time. I guess we're gonna have to collect a bunch of things for it, though. Oh, not an immediate cutscene, though. I guess we got an actual dungeon, though. Interesting. Nasty surprise emerges from the chest. What do you bet? Soul food? Food for my soul? I'm surprised it wasn't no, my cabbages. I'm so glad that the cabbages were so much easier to find in this game than freaking Xenoblade Chronicles. One thing I wish they had changed from the original release to Definitive Edition was freaking make the ice cabbages easier to get, because there's still such a massive pain. Oh yeah, that's an Avatar. I only actually saw Avatar for the first time like last year. I believe it was last year summer-ish, and that was the first time I had seen it. I never really ever saw it when it was on air or anything like that. People just kind of recommended it to me for a while. I was like, okay, I'll finally check it out. I think I watched it on Netflix probably, and I actually enjoyed it and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember now. I forgot about, there's like a loose hair getting in my face. Issues of being a long-haired guy when you've got, you know, hair like mine and stuff like that. Cabbage Man, you still haven't, wait, you're making a reference to something that you haven't seen yet, though. What? Shake my head. Oh, we got some chests down there. That's not where I just was it? I think that's somewhere different. Okay, we'll get this chest over here. I'm surprised that, you know, a nasty surprise hasn't emerged from any of these chests yet. And I'm also surprised that we got a freaking meteorite. How do you get those from I mean, they could be small meteorites. Hold on, so we saw the thingamabobs over here. Yeah, you better run. But yeah, people always tell you, oh, we got a tent. People always tell you have no childhood due to watching it. Well, you should have a different childhood then. Oh, there's the nasty surprise. Just a different one then. What? I swear, this one layer still.
Come, let's just fight.
Well, I mean, can we capture some more thingamabobs, maybe? Oh, come on! Haven't seen it, don't plan on watching it. I don't think it's like a, you know, crazy masterpiece like people make it out to be, but it's still like pretty good and enjoyable and just. It was pretty neato, actually, I would say. Sure, let's just do this. Because, like, whatever. Wait, we can just, like... Vulnerable axes, huh? Oh. Oh.
Right, let's see.
I mean... No, not savagery. Whoops. Mercy strike, and then we do this. Man, this game kills my frames. Was I dropping frames? Oh, I might have dropped some frames. I see that we might have dropped a couple thousand for a hot second. Okay, we're gonna have to heal, get rid of that blindness and stuff. Gaia Rod. Intriguing. What have we here? Gaia Rod. Ah, we'd be over encumbered with that. Well, I mean, if we take this off for now, and then we have a look here, it would increase our maximum MP by a bit. Oh. Oh. Oh, and then we put on like a lesser shield. Like the Mithril Shield? Mithril Shield even increases our magical... Oh, it doesn't increase our magical attack or restorative power though, but... Sure... Oh, it even increases our speed because I have the skill equipped that turns the freaking negative speed. Yeah, speed -3, this normally gives, but we run the skill that turns it into buffs. So like the heavier shield you put on, the better it actually is. Man, that shield master skill of fast hands, it just seems so dang good, you know? Like you equip the heavier stuff, the more freaking it benefits your speed as well. Like that's nutty. So I assume over on the left here is the dead end first. Most likely. Maybe with a chest or something. So we'll go over here first. Wait. Wait, that's where we came from. Whoops. That is the direction that we came from there. But yeah, that Shield Master Fast Hand skill. Man. So good. I was so confused. I was like, wait, why is your speed not going down? Oh, because we're running a freaking crazy skill from Shield Master is why. Is the thing. Chest? Really? This whole top section just leads up to nothing, I guess? Yeah, y'all better run. Y'all better run. Such a different game when you're over-leveled compared to the level that you're probably supposed to be at this point. Alrighty. I do like the general look of like the world and the lighting effects in this game though. I don't think I'm a big fan of like the chibi kind of art style. Like it worked on the 3DS. I liked it just fine in Bravely Default, Bravely Second. But on the Switch and in full HD, it's like, I'm not too sure about it. Nothing yet. Well. Sure, let's go ahead and say save. Just in case I ever want to like refer to different parts of the story for whatever reason. Like, I don't know what other use I'll have for these save slots. I just meant the freaking level up. The level of elevation is what I meant. Up there. Unless you're responding to what Poultry T guys mentioned. Well, if we skedaddle around here, I just want to see if there's like chests or whatnot. I'm surprised you didn't run from me. Guess you didn't see me? Where are we going? Where are we going? Was this actually the intended way? I was trying to find like chests and stuff first. You're weird looking, aren't you? Oh, you're one of those golem things that like comes out of the ground, except you're like a snowy one. Weird. Gotcha, gotcha. Maybe this is the intended way. This sure goes on for a while, doesn't it? Like, my goodness. Oh, I was joking about how much you need to grind to not get your dignity fed to the wolves. Yo, just playing this game casually, just going through... Ooh. Just going through things, it's like, man, what a completely different game, you know? Ice Fire Shield. I hit my microphone muting hotkey instead of the camera off hotkey. So this would increase my physical defense by a lot. Oh. That increases physical attack as well. Oh, and gives us a lot of HP, almost 1,000. Jeebus. This one, like if we put this on first and then compare it to this, so we have physical attack go down and our HP go down. But physical defense would go up by a smidge. Our chance of being targeted would go up by a decent bit, aim a little bit, and evasion. But like the stuff from the giant shield is quite nice. Like the physical attack and the crazy or higher amount of HP. You know, we're going with the giant shield, as spicy as the ice fire shield seems, unless it's something that I can afford to give to Gloria here. Nope, overloaded. Nobody else uses a shield, right? There's the round shield. Why do you have a round shield? You can use the freaking ice fire shield. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, that's interesting looking, isn't it? Cool. Yeah, let's do that. You can have the ice fire shield now. Have fun. Okay, here's a chest. Some more mini ethers and stuff. I have a feeling down here will be the dead end first. That maybe just ends with a chest or is just normal dead end. I mean, Or maybe it's the way forward? Oh yeah, that's the way forward. And there's somebody standing there. Dunno who. Is it gonna... Is it gonna be one of those asterisk holders here to stop me? Maybe? What is that? Can't even tell from here. Yeah, so this is the dead end first, so I'll go over this way, see if there's a chest. Yep. A little torch and stuff, a little outpost. Nasty surprise emerges from the chest, of course it does. Of course it does here.
Okay,
Anything we can capture? Some more of these K things. Kitty Kate. My goodness. Well? Really? Oh, I don't need to use a magnifying glass on you. Man! I guess Mercy Strike isn't enough. I'm over leveled, but not that over leveled. That I can just, you know, ow. Well. I was about to say if we didn't manage to do that there. So there is a save point up ahead. We could always just use a tent. I do have plenty of those. Lamia's tea. What the heck is Lamia? Magical defense. Lamia's tiara. Increase our weight a little bit. Oh my goodness, the MP. MP plus 200. Yo. Well then. Huh. That's certainly something, isn't it? Oh my. So we gotta use, yeah, I'll just use a freaking tent, I guess, so we can afford to use our MP here and such. This is what we can do some mercy smashes. Because, you know, every time we do this, it increases our stats, so I mean... Oop. Vulnerable to bows, apparently. At first I thought he was like glitching out and there was like a frozen instance of him as the real one was moving, just because the freaking background looked almost like him from that one angle a second ago. If that makes sense. Probably not making any sense at all, most likely. So yeah, at that save point down there, we can just go ahead and use a tent. We have plenty of those anyway, and I like rarely ever use tents at save points. Cause I'm like, oh, I could just use like an ether instead. Let's capture one more monster because of that though. If that's what we're doing. Because I will take some Adele's stats up, you know? Well, don't know how much health do you have, so we'll just play it safe here and capture these things. Is what we do. Yoink! And then, yeah, we're just gonna be using magnifying glasses for a while to get information on things, you know? I mean, yeah, if we do this with Gloria and my unit / set, should be fine. Wow, I'm honestly surprised. Like, how much health do you have left here anyway? 85, huh? Well? So then... I guess we're capturing you then. I'm glad you didn't attack during that. I mean, not like it matters. Yoink! Ice Golem. Why do I have a feeling there might be a boss battle? I mean, since there's a save thing over here and a person just chilling there, so I mean... Oh, I remember seeing you in the trailers. You're the freaking dragon lady thingamabob that I've only seen in trailers. So you've got to be an asterisk holder. And got to be spicy, spicy. Into the tent we go. Unlike Bravely Second, it's not a story tent, but it's a tent all the same. So, wait. Oh, I saw the save thing, and that was my previous save. I was so confused for a hot second there why Gloria's MP wasn't all the way up. So confused for a hot second. So now, yeah, look at that 805 MP she has now. With that hat. That Lamia thing. Huh.
Oh, well done, Gwilym. You found her. Thank you so much for coming, Adele. It's been a while, huh, Martha? Glad to see you looking well. Oh, sorry, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Martha, guardian of the Serpent's Grotto. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Princess Gloria.
How do you know my name?
Oh, Master Gwydion told me all about you and about your quest for the crystals.
Would it be possible to speak with him myself?
Of course. I'll show you in, if you'll follow me.